The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of Worldwide Digital Broadcasting Corporation.
Hot topics, food, fun, entertainment, and serious business. Live Las Vegas with Rikki Cheese.
Every time I think I can't have more fun on my show, it gets taken up a notch, all right? Anyone who loves Motown, anyone who loves that era, you are in for a treat today. I mean, I've got an all-star cast here. Solid Gold Soul from Ballys, and they are all representing all different singers, so I've already apologized to them. I'm going to forget who does what, so we're going to start at the end of the table and introduce yourself and what part do you play in the show?
Yes, Rikki, I'm Grady Harrell, and I played Jackie Wilson and Sam Cooke.
Wow, yeah, amazing. You got the look, too, okay, and you are?
Well, I'm James Brown.
Uh-huh.
Are you just
What's your real name?
I'm James Brown. That's it. No, my name is Greg Laster.
Right.
I'm from San Diego, California, and I play James Brown and one of the Four Tops.
Uh-huh.
And that's it.
Do you do the splits?
David Ruffin. Yes,
Does he?
Oh, okay.
I don't know how he
Once
does
a
it
show.
every night.
Right.
Once time a show. That's it. I recuperate.
We gotta get him loosened up first.
He gets paid per split.
Per split. Hey, you hear that? Per split.
Their manager's behind the camera taking pictures.
Per split.
She's like,
You
no,
need that paper
no,
put
no.
on split.
And you, pretty lady, you play two of the icons of Motown.
Well, I am Victoria Bentley, and I'm hail from Illinois, outside of Chicago, and I impersonate Dionne Warwick.
Mm-hmm.
I also do Mary Wilson,
Yeah.
but not in the show yet. So
Right.
hopefully we'll be putting the Supremes
Yes.
in the show, yeah.
Okay.
So I've been doing that for years, and
Uh-huh.
I also love entertaining.
Yeah.
I love making people happy.
Yeah. And this is happy music.
Yeah, it is.
You're up next.
Okay. I'm Talmadge Shapiro-Saul. I play Smokey Robinson in the show, and I hail from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, many, many moons ago. And Smokey Robinson was always he was on my radar when I was just a child,
Yeah.
and I aspired to maybe sing his music one day, and I did.
And here's the thing, you got Smokey's eyes, too.
Oh yeah, I bought
Yeah.
those. Yeah.
Yeah. It cost a few dollars.
Yeah,
Few dollars.
I said one day I'm going to sing his songs and grow some hair.
Right. Yeah. And you're a pretty guy.
Oh, my name is Pete Peterkin. I do everything.
Yeah?
No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
No, my name is Pete Peterkin. I portray Ray Charles in the show, and we also do a tribute to the Four Tops,
Right.
and I do Levi Steps.
Yeah. And you were on America's Got Talent.
Yes. I was
Yeah.
doing Obama then.
Right. Okay, we're not doing any political stuff today. You guys got to promise. So
We're
this
not
is
doing anything political.
no, we're not. This is the magic of
It's going to
Motown.
happen.
Tribute. It's at the window showroom. We got to get that out of the way, and we'll repeat that at the end of the show too. Okay, all of you guys, just take turns. This is a free discussion. Just to think about this, it's like we're all sitting down to dinner and we're just talking all over each other like the cheeses do when we all get together.
Okay.
So what was your inspiration? When did you first fall in love with the Motown sound?
Rikki, I was 7 years old. Music chose me, and it's so ironic. He's playing Smokey Robinson, but I taught myself to sing as Smokey at 7 years old. When I heard, "You really got a hold on me," I wanted to be Smokey Robinson. So music chose me. I started singing since I was 7 and never missed a day singing at 7 years old.
Wow.
Taught myself to be Smokey, knew all of his catalog. By the time I was 12, the Jackson 5 came on the scene. And I'm like, kids are doing what I want to do. I had been doing it 5 years at that time. So then I kind of like gradually left off Smokey and got into the Jacksons. And my sister and I started a group called Papa's Results, and we were together 6 years playing around Los Angeles and with everybody from Shaka Khan, the Whispers, Richard Pryor, the Lakeside. All of those are my friends at a club called Mavericks Flat, and it's on Crenshaw Boulevard. And then my sister got a chance to tour with Dinah Ross. So she left the tour with Dinah for 14 years.
14 years?
Yes, which made me go solo. And then I got a record deal with RCA and Solar Records, and the rest is just crazy.
Wow. Okay. What's your story?
Well, my story started in Oakland, California, where I saw James Brown for the first time. I didn't, back then we just put a towel on your back.
Yeah. And then you had to throw it off.
Had a broom
Yeah,
with
right,
a microphone. And I saw him on Ski Party. And my whole family, we used to give talent shows in our family. And my grandmother was like a Tina Turner type. She put her wigs on and cut her clothes up, and she'd be shimmying and, showing me these moves. And I was impressed by that, So, just like him, Jackson 5 came out. And I had a little group. We was trying to be like the Jackson 5. But when I saw the Jackson 5 on TV, I came out that night and fired my whole group. I said, we're not going to be this good. There's just no way. I was mad at Michael, everybody. Why they look so good? My brothers are ugly. They weren't ugly, they just didn't look like them.
Right.
So I was kind of, a little mad about that.
You're holding it against your parents that you didn't look like
that we didn't. My friends and everybody, my whole group didn't look like that. How you get this polish?
Right.
So I found out you had to practice. So I got with a group that was that good eventually, but we didn't quite get over. We was more into the girls than we was into the business.
Right.
So one thing led to another. I went this way. They went this way. We broke up. I come to Vegas, and I run into these guys right here, and the rest is history.
Wow. Okay, pretty lady.
Well, I started singing when I was a kid in church, and then I modeled. My mother put me on the stage, and I went, yep, that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to model, and singing with my sisters. And on horses and with the ranch,
Oh wait, you're like a ranch girl.
Yeah.
There's nothing about you that looks like a ranch girl. Okay. I mean, you look like totally sophisticated. It's like right.
Yeah, we did that. I rode in the Bud Pelican Parade in Chicago, but my sisters and I, the three of us, would sing once I got old enough, because they're 7 and 8 years older than I am, and. Then I moved to Michigan. I came back to Illinois, and I ran into two of my girlfriends that I went to school with. They pulled me into the bathroom and said, "Can you sing?" and auditioned me because they were doing a battle of the bands. So I went in, and we won the battle of the bands. But long story short, I moved to Vegas when I was 24, and we started a vocal trio called Jazzy, and in '83, and then I was told. No, after that I did the Supremes for the American Superstar show, and also for Legends in Concert. And but as Jazzy, right? As Jazzy, we used to open up for Red Fox and his show and stuff. But I was told you favor Dionne Warwick, so God blessed me to meet Dionne Warwick.
What did she say?
And I said to her, people always say that I favor you and that I should impersonate you. And she put her hands on my shoulders and looked me dead in my eyes and said, I would be greatly complimented.
Wow.
Still haven't heard you sing yet.
Oh, man, I still.
Her psychic friends told you.
Wow.
Yeah, her psychic friends.
But she didn't know that she could actually sing like just
But
like
no, I just naturally do me, and I just happened to be coming out Dionne. Yeah.
Neat.
Wow. Yeah, same way with Mary Wilson when I did the Supremes. It seems like I felt like I could feel Mary Wilson and what she went through with the Supremes. But yeah, and what I get from the audience, oh my God, it gets me emotional. Yeah. Yeah, but I so enjoy doing the Solid Gold Soul Show. Yeah. And this one here.
All right, Smokey.
This one, he called me up and said, Victoria, will you please come over here and show these people who Dionne Warwick is? Yeah. That's how I got the show.
Yeah. Wow.
It happens as soon as she walks out, they go, oh my God.
Yeah. Smokey brought me.
Yeah.
I said, that's what we want.
So how'd you get started?
Oh, mine's a completely different story than hers.
I hope so.
Dionne Warwick didn't come up to you and say,
she said, you look nothing like me.
Smokey did. Smokey said, yeah, you.
As I said, when I was a kid.
Just like
when I was a kid, I just remember being in the living room at my aunt's house in Baltimore, playing with match, real long matchsticks on the pillow.
Yeah.
Oh, and the song was "Going to a Go Go."
Right.
I was like 6 years old.
Right.
I thought they were saying going to a goat. I didn't know what they were saying. I didn't know what a go-go was. You know, I'm like, farm animals, great. So anyway,
so you guys had that in common.
right? Well, you know, I'm from Pittsburgh, so it's a blue-collar town.
Right.
My father was an older man. He was, you know, he worked in steel mills and so forth, trucking companies and that kind of thing. So the whole music thing in his mind was that if you're in music, you're going to be on drugs.
Right.
Because, you know, he came up, he was born in 1913.
He was right.
So all through the Japanese phase. No, and so, you know, during the 20s and so forth, you know, there was a lot of drugs involved. In all great forms of music, there's a drug involved. Let's be real about it. But so having that background, I wasn't really supported musically. I wasn't pushed into it. It was just always there. You know, I remember asking my mother and saying, "Hey, you know, I'm looking through a Sears catalog and I see, you know, a jumpsuit, you know, little jumpsuits in the '60s." I said, and it just reminded me of the Jacksons because everybody loved the Jacksons. I'm like, I want to do that.
With
I remember
the flared
somebody-
legs.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, I want to do that. And she's like, yeah, that's nice. So anyway,
Right.
so you know, fast forward, I went to all Catholic schools. I go to a Catholic college. I'm pre-med,
Yep.
and I'm working in like you know, under heart surgeons and so forth. And all I really cared about was going in the back room. I just bought a piano, taught myself to play piano in college, you know, that kind of thing. And then I got into my first talent show in college, you know, so I got third place. There were 3 acts.
That's messed up.
I said, I'm going to do it. So, you know,
At least you placed.
But he
at least I
played.
played,
Yeah.
right? There you go. Over the audience. So, yeah, and then, you know, then fast forward again, it's like I got into my first band. And it was always kind of a struggle. It was never really supported, but it was always there. I always just pushed forward with it. I said, I know what I want to do.
Yeah.
So, left out of college, got a record deal literally 2 years later.
Wow.
So I ended up working with Nile Rodgers in New York.
Wow.
Yes, it's
so
kind
when
of
you get
whirlwind,
your record
but
deal, like you get a record deal.
yeah. So you know, it's like an overnight success. It's not really an overnight success, but it looked like it on the surface.
Sure.
So, you know, I ended up doing. I got seen by Star Search, you know, and then after that, working with that, I came to. I was in a band called Modern Man in Pittsburgh, which we did soundtracks. I ended up scoring for A&E, Discovery Channel, PBS, that kind of thing. And then kind of ran its course. I said, okay, I got to get out of Pittsburgh because, you know, Mr. Rogers was just right down the street.
Right.
So I worked with those producers as well.
Right.
I said, I'm just going to go to Vegas. You know, it's like, I don't want to run around anymore. I'll just get in a band in Vegas or something. So I came to Vegas, got into a group, and then was with that group, and it kind of didn't go the way I wanted it to go. And I had an audition with another company that we're not going to mention.
Okay.
And so I ended up doing the Temptations, and that's how Grady and I met.
Right.
You know, so he came to see me at one of my shows, and I promptly pulled his girlfriend up on stage and started dancing around her. He was still generous about it.
He loved
He said,
It's true,
And
but
this is after we talked about Jackie Wilson getting mad because somebody else was
Right.
taking his women.
so he's carrying on the tradition.
it is just such a small world. But that happened. But she was just a close
She
friend
was
of
a
mine,
friend.
and I was laughing because he was such a great entertainer on the stage. It was at the old boardwalk out here. Boardwalk, right?
yeah.
And that's
Oh, wow, that's
man, that was
gone.
years ago.
Yeah.
That's when I
Yeah.
first met him.
Right.
So he and I ended up being in the group with him. So he taught me
Legends
choreography
in
and so forth,
Concert.
Legends in Concert. And so I was in Legends. He was in Legends. He was in Legends.
I was in
But I
Legends.
didn't know him yet.
Yeah, we're all
But
And then-
legendary.
And then we all met through
Now we
attrition,
more than-
being in
Right.
Las Vegas.
Legends
and
paid
then,
And
a
so
lot of
now
our
we have,
bills.
yeah,
Pete, yeah.
you are a legend.
Don't you? No, actually, I was
They also
never
took a win.
in Legends.
You were never in Legends? How,
soon as
so
you bought
now,
something,
who do you
they
play
bought.
again, and how did you get mixed up with this group?
Well, I was born in Brooklyn, and I came up, oddly enough, doing the Jackson 5 like you guys.
Here we go.
Okay.
Only we weren't that
Even
good.
me.
We
Shoot,
were,
I was gonna
I
marry
recall our first talent show, and we had this move where we go like, you know, do-do-do-do-do. And so we hit it. The place was screaming, "Oh my God, they look like the Jackson 5." And I went, nothing came out, no sound. And the guy downstage was going like, "Hey, your chord came out." And I was like, let's start all over again. So after the show, they were calling us the Jackass 5. So many years of sucking followed. I sucked for a lot of years. Then I found out I had this ability to write songs, and what happened was I would write for different people, and my singing was not up to par. So I figured if I impersonate that singer, I could sell them the song.
Right.
Yeah.
So sing like them. So I started doing that at parties when I was drunk. Hey, it's not for me to say, Johnny Mathis.
Sure.
And people say, hey, you can do impressions. I said, I might got something here. And so I started writing, and I got some stuff recorded by Donny Hathaway and the Four Tops, and there was this side of me wanting to come out. This like Dr. Jekyll side, and I remember seeing this brother over here doing his song Sticks and Stones, and I said, how do you do that? How do you dance and sing? How do you do that?
Right.
And I couldn't fathom getting up there dancing and singing. Right. I just sing and just I was playing jazz guitar, and you just sit there with the glasses on and just play. So he was one of my inspirations. This guy right here.
Thanks, Steve.
And
he finally admitted.
Yeah.
He always tells me that. He always tells me that all the time.
Right. Because it wasn't like, some of the things like James Brown, you just figure, well, I'll never get that good, but then this was somebody I could relate to because he was just starting out in my era.
Right.
Just starting out, and I was like thinking like, wow, that'd be great, and so I started working on, doing live shows. I was working for radio for a while, doing comedy skits, and, I'd call up and say, hi, my name is Shemore. Yes, I like to sing a song by Otis Redding. And they go, okay, sing a little bit. And I go like, and I'd be like, sitting in the morning sun, I'll be shooting till the evening comes. Stuff like that. They actually hired me after a while. I kept winning this contest thing.
No.
They hired me to work for radio. For 10 years, and I was working on a lot of different voices, and I wanted, there's still a side of me that wanted to come out and do live shows, and so I started incorporating dance, and I got booked as Ray Charles, and then I did it for a number of years, and after a while I was doing one-man shows with a lot of different characters. But at a certain point I realized that it was a lot of work doing a one-man show. A lot of stuff, a lot of changes, and I was getting tired, know. And I talked with a friend of mine who's an investor, and he said, I want to do a Motown show. I said, look, if you do a Motown show, you got to do it legitimately. You can't just have people singing in their own voices, because now is a different era, and people love bringing back that sound. Right. So I said, we got to find the baddest dudes on the planet. Right. And so we found him, and we found this guy, and because I saw him, and I said, look at this guy's feet. Look at his feet. Now look, I do James Brown, but let me tell you something. This guy does James Brown. He keeps going. I do like a couple of steps, and I'm done. That's it.
He's winded.
That's why they call him the hardest working man in show business.
I know James Brown. So
I
looked at this guy, and I said,
the real deal.
Yeah,
he did it for hours and years.
Yes.
Like,
I
do it 15 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go soak.
Yeah, no, this guy keep it going.
I got that inhaler in the dressing room. If you need it.
No. I could cut up for a minute and a half. But then this brother, we worked together in Australia, and he had this killer Eddie Kendrick's voice. So I tried to talk him into doing Obama.
Oh,
I tried to talk him in, when Obama got elected, I tried to talk him into doing Obama because he had a deep voice.
I said, I don't have that kind of talent.
He wouldn't do it. So then after a while, I realized he was doing, he wanted to do Smokey Robinson, so he was working on it. So I said, yeah, that's cool, because how far, it's not that big a jump from Kendrick's to Smokey. So we started working on that, and it was just, he's great. I mean, he's great. And then he suggested that we listen to Victoria, because I was, I love Dionne Warwick. I love Dionne Warwick. It's like she's one of the few singers. Aretha's like, yeah, but Dionne Warwick can make me cry.
Dionne is sultry.
She can make me cry. Certain songs, and this woman make me cry. I mean, just listening to her sing.
I'm crying.
Yeah, I mean, she touches that emotion. And so I said, I got to do whatever we can do to get her in the show. And thank God it worked out. The stars aligned.
They all had my back, and they really got me in the show. Help. That lady right there,
and then
Helene.
Ken and Helene Walker
walked into your life,
saved the show from demise. It was going to get canceled.
Yeah.
And they saved us, and we love those guys so much.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we love you.
This is the cast from Solid Gold Soul at Ballys. We're going to be back with more stories
we love Windows
and
better
just
than Legends.
all the love that they have for each other. And you guys are going to sing for us, right?
Sure.
Okay, good. Stay tuned.
We're going to practice doing the commercial.
Right.
Crazy Terry here with your car care tip of the day. So it's not a bad idea every now and then to check your battery. If you don't know how to do it, have somebody check it for you. Just a visual inspection can tell you a lot about your battery. So as we can see here, this battery's got a hold down. It's nice and tight. The cables are on. They don't look bad. We've got a cover. We don't see any corrosion. Everything's kind of tight, looking good. A little bit of dirt, that's normal, but nothing's leaking. No real cause for alarm here. So that's a good sign. Doesn't mean it's good, but at least visually we know that it's intact. Okay, so we're looking at a battery here that shows signs of corrosion. We want to test that battery to make sure it's good. Usually when they're getting like this, there's going to be a problem, leaking some acid at the top. We ran the test and we find out it has 396 cold cranking amps, but the battery requires 650. So it's just not enough. The battery is going to go soon. Better to know now than later. Okay, so the benefits of checking the cable is because this cable's rotted out. What we'll find is this is the problem, not the battery. So it'll save you from buying a battery, still having the no start, only to find out that it's a cable. This type of corrosion is common in diesels. Okay, so we're getting ready to jump the car, but we have to have some battery cables. And we have to check those too before we hook them up to the battery. So here we have our standard set of battery cables. We just look them over, see if the ends are frayed, if everything's connected all right. Everything looks good here. Wouldn't hurt to check the rest of the cable just to make sure the dog didn't get it and chew it up. We have red and black. Red's positive, black's negative. You always want to hook the positive up first and then the negative. And I'll show you how that's done right now. Keep these off to the side so they're not touching each other. Hook up your positive. You can find that right here by the plus sign, the negative sign. Plus is positive, red. Make sure that's securely hooked up. Keeping these away from each other. Hook up your negative cable. Just got to fight it on there. Figure out a way to get it. Wiggle it a little bit so it ensures a good connection. Now you're transferring voltage. If I hit these two together, we're going to spark. Kind of want to avoid that. Won't kill you. Kind of fun. A lot of people think if they can turn the headlights on, the battery's fine. That's not always the case. It takes very little amperage to turn a light on, but it takes a lot of amperage to start the starter. I recommend checking the charging system every oil change. At Sun Valley Automotive, there's never a charge for that. This is Crazy Terry with your car care tip of the day.
The way you do the chorus.
We have got the magic of Motown right here. The cast members from Solid Gold Soul performing at Ballys. They're only dark on, what is it? Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
We're always dark.
You can see them
every day.
Oh!
Come on, that was my line a long time ago. You put say that all the time.
It's been like this the whole show.
Every night.
You know, I just want to, I'm not sure if I even want to see the show. I just want to hang out with them because they are so funny. Okay, so you're going to perform for us. What are you going to sing?
This song goes a little something like this.
Got a smile so bright, you know you could have been a candle. I'm holding you so tight, you know you could have been a handle. The way you set me on my feet, you know you could have been a broom. The way you smell so sweet, you know you could have been some perfume. Well, you could have been anything that you wanted to, and I can tell the way you do the things you do, the way you do the thing you do, the way you do the thing you do.
Dance!
That is amazing. You guys, oh my God.
Melvin Franklin.
Not only are your voices extremely wonderful, but I can tell that you guys love each other. I mean, this is like, you hang out, the vibe here is so great. It's so neat.
Yeah.
Okay, you get another one for me? I'm greedy.
Wow.
Don't you come back no more, no more, no more.
Sunglasses in my
Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more.
Start over. Go into character, player.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack,
and don't you come back no more.
Oh, wait a minute, Ricky Cheese now. Hold on a second now. Well, my woman, don't you treat me so mean. You're the meanest old woman that I've ever seen. I guess if you say so, I have to pack my bags and I'll go.
That's right, hit the road, Jack.
Say what now?
And don't you come back no more, no more, no more,
Oh,
no more. Hit the road, Jack.
Sing, Ricky.
And don't you come back no more.
Say what, Ricky?
What you say?
Don't you come back no more, no more,
Sing it, sing it.
no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more.
Say what now?
Don't you come back no more.
You can't leave that now.
Don't
Sing the
come
part.
back no more.
You can't leave that now.
Don't you come back no more.
You jiving me, baby.
Don't you come back no more.
I don't think you know who you talking to over here now.
Don't you come back no more.
I need to come back in that house, baby.
Don't you come back no more.
Let me get some extra money, please.
Don't you come
Some
back
cab fare,
no
bus
more.
fare, some Uber fare, something.
Don't you come back no more.
How about your love keep lifting me high?
You know what you
love. Come on, man.
No. You know the old the
Well,
slow
we can
one.
harmonize with that. We can harmonize with
Oh, really?
that. Yeah. Your love
Wanna
keep
hear?
lifting me up.
Okay, let's do
Okay, let's see
that.
that one.
Lifting
All right, let's
me
do it. Okay.
higher and higher. Higher.
Is that the key?
You want
Your
to
love keep
Lower?
lifting me
No,
up.
the key I sing in it.
Okay, two.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Your love keeps lifting me
Lifting me.
Higher
lifting me.
than I've ever been lifted before.
Oh, okay.
So keep it up, quench my desire, and I'll be at your side forevermore. You know your
Your
love
love keeps lifting me.
keep on lifting me
Keep on lifting me.
high,
Lifting me
higher and higher.
higher.
Said your love
Love keeps lifting me up. Lifting me. Lifting me higher and higher. Higher.
Now once I was downhearted. Disappointment was my closest friend. But then you came in and soon departed. And you know you never showed it these again. That's why your love
Keeps lifting
keep
me.
on lifting me
Lifting
high,
Lifting me higher and
higher,
higher.
You know your love
Love keeps lifting me. Keeps lifting me.
lifting me
higher and higher.
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 Yeah.
All right. When you guys start breaking out, do you have people coming up in the audience just like trying to out-sing you because they know all the
all the time.
words? They're like, yeah, I know that song. I know that song by heart.
All the time. They start naming songs we don't even do.
Or Ricky,
Do this, do that.
We get people after the show who wants to be with the show.
Yeah.
Really?
Y'all can audition for your show, but I feel them because years ago when the Dream Girls first debuted and they came to Los Angeles, I tried out. I didn't make it, but I went to so many shows. I just kept going, and you feel like you're part of the cast. You know, with
Yes.
Jennifer Holliday and all those other great singers. I couldn't get enough of that show. So I get it when these entertainers come and they want to be in the show, but they gotta have, you know, what it takes.
Right.
And
It factor.
a lot of them don't.
Yeah.
Skill set.
Yeah, I mean, you can have maybe the voice, but
Yeah.
not the performance
Correct.
part
Yeah.
or
You
the
gotta have-
heart.
yeah, you
I
gotta
mean,
have a
why
triple-
you
be a
don't
triple
have-
threat.
Right.
They get-
Dance, sing,
it becomes a
act
little
it out,
confusing.
the looks as well.
Yeah, because it gets a little confusing it's confusing for us to hear it because we know what it is. When they see us do it, it looks so easy.
Right.
And you have to have the skill set to do it.
Right.
And
That
the
heart.
desire
Mindset,
and
the mindset.
the
But-
mindset
and the heart.
and rehearsals and so forth, you know.
Yeah.
Because there's all kinds of ways that people sing, and you know, every singer has their own way of shaping their tones and doing their voices.
Yeah.
And so working for radio all those years, I sort of
Yes.
like realized that you know, if you're gonna do this guy, you got to move your mouth over here, and this guy you got to move your mouth over there.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And you know,
He
some
brought
people
that
don't do
to
that.
this troupe as well.
Some people don't
They don't get that.
Yeah, they don't get that.
It's not just your voice. Your body is an instrument.
Exactly.
Every part of your body is
Yeah,
an instrument,
yeah,
and that vibration is coming from your toes, from your head, from everywhere.
look like a player.
He says that in his skit.
Oh yeah,
It's funny.
yeah. So how long so you guys all came out here, not really planning necessarily to get together, but the stars aligned and you did. How long from the time that you recognized that you were destined to be together to the time that the show actually hit the stage?
Rikki, I always say that life is what happens when you're busy making other plans.
Yes.
I always plan, and I know all these guys as well. I plan on being a rock star, a recording artist. I did 2 or 3 albums, but it never ever. I mean, the closest I got is number 4 on the charts, R&B charts, and then Jackie Wilson fell in my lap. I was taking my sons on auditions for the Jackson miniseries, and Jermaine Jackson said, "You look like Jackie Wilson. Do you know any of his songs?" Well, I didn't. I kind of knew Higher and Higher, but the casting director called me, and I got the job because I did overnight. I learned that song, and I went in and I auditioned for Jermaine, his wife at the time, and his mother, and the director. And ever since that Jackson miniseries aired on ABC in 1992, people have been calling me to do Jackie Wilson. That's how that fell in my lap.
Wow.
I thought when my friend told me to come out to Vegas to do a Vegas act, I was going to be doing Jackie Wilson. That's what I was planning. But the Temptations fell in my lap. So that's how I met him. And we started doing the Temps for like 3 years. And then I would always see this cat in everywhere I went. I saw him.
He was
would
stalking
come
you.
in
He
with
was
2 girls on
stalking
his
you.
arm, stumbling. Say, man, I want to sing with you. That was 11 or 12 years ago. And I'm like, yeah, okay, man. We'll sing together. And our running joke is that he said, man, why you didn't tell me 11 years ago? Like, look, man, we'll sing together, but in 11 years.
11 years. 11 years.
So we ran into
He went on
each
the
other.
road with this big time group named Groove City.
Yeah.
Oh, they was big. They was huge. They were huge. He failed to mention that. Keep going. Your turn.
Anyway, so I saw this cat, and he would always say, hey, man, and he had this great idea. Like, man, let's do the Double J. And Double J is James Brown and Jackie Wilson fighting it out on stage, which we filmed. And we filmed it. So this man called us and he said, man, I got this millionaire over in San Diego want to put together, like he told you earlier. And then we called Tal to do Smokey, and then Victoria came with, and that's what we did. We opened up here. Go figure. I know we all wanted to be recording artists,
right?
But now we're doing tributes to these iconic acts. Go
right?
figure.
Yeah.
That's how that
and packing him in night after night after night.
And it's so different because people realize it. You know, when you sing, when you sound like those artists, people don't go out of their way and go like, "Hey, you don't sound like so and so." If you can really sing,
right?
They don't complain,
right?
But if you do it, you watch their faces, and when these guys are singing, it's like their faces are different. It's a different expression.
Right.
You know why? Because they're going back to those memories when the song was out. They're going back there. You know, and it's like they cry. And when this lady comes out, does Dionne Warwick? I mean, people like.
I'll be like when she does her gig on stage. I'll be in the backstage because all the songs she sang, I was a little boy, and I love those songs. It takes me back to my childhood.
Right.
Every night.
Right.
And that's how it is with these songs, man. You just. We always tell each other we're not the stars. The songs are the stars.
Thank you.
Right. That sound.
Right.
Yeah.
Anytime you start thinking other than that, you let your ego get in the way. Because had it not been for these songs and the artists who made them songs, we wouldn't be working right now.
Right.
Because ain't no record business for. I mean, they giving these record deals to youngsters.
Right.
And the record business, of course, is not like it used to be when we were growing up. They mold you like Motown and the Stax Records. It's not like that. You can do it yourself online now.
Right.
But,
and build
it's a
your own
crapshoot.
following. Right.
Go ahead and admit it. Dionne put Solid Gold in the universe. No, I've been looking for.
Oh my God!
I've been looking
so,
for Solid Gold footage for years, and I just kept praying, God, please let me find this footage.
The TV show.
And then the next thing I know, this one comes out with the Solid Gold Soul. I went, there it is.
Right. Yeah. Well, and you were telling me something during the break too, because all of you guys have. Your stories are similar in that you have music that was your influence when you were coming up, but you came from a background too that really wasn't all that musical as he did.
I was born into a newspaper business. My parents owned a newspaper called the Pembroke Herald Eagle, out of Pembroke or as they call it, Hopkins Park, Illinois. So I'm a straight up country girl, you know, affiliated with a lot of ranches and I love it. And thank God I did come from the country because I have learned a taste of everything, you know, of every place, you know, except for I haven't been out the country or anything. Right. But I appreciate everything. And then going into church, I started out in a Mennonite church, you know, which we straight sing. So I could do stuff like Marilyn McCool, because I thought about, you know, going to throw Marilyn up in there, right? Yeah. You know, Marilyn, Bill, I love you so, I always will, right? You know, so we'll throw a little Marilyn McCool in there. But, yeah, that's where I started at. Right. You know, owned in the newspaper. First thing I did was lick stamps.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
I'm not touching it.
It's like a Vegas thing. I'm not touching it. I'm a Vegas girl, so I'm not going to touch it. And for you coming up in radio, I spent some time early on in my career in radio, and what I found before I went into radio, before I went into TV, and what I love about radio is that radio, to me, like I love to read too. Radio is inside your head. It's inside your body. It's not, you're not distracted by the visual.
Right.
So it's just you with those headsets on, and there's a, I don't know, there's an intimacy about radio. I think that brings you even closer to the performers. Would you say?
Yeah. The sound of those of those voices. Even when I was doing a parody, I wanted to capture the sound because I wanted to legitimize the musicality of what I was doing. That's because I'm, you know, like a jazz musician. So with me, it was always the music first, the sound and the music. You know, so that's what radio got me doing, was being very attentive to the sound, you know, of what we're doing.
When you walk into a room, and probably you guys all have this experience because you're so musically inclined and you're in tune with people's vibration. When you walk into a room, can you feel it? Like you can tell what people are going through, what they're saying. You know, sometimes I'm sure with you, it's just like, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. You're like, there's a problem.
When I meet people, Rick, I feel that.
Yeah.
I can feel their vibe. I can feel if they're nice or if they're evil, and that's really weird. Their character, and the first word that comes out, I can tell if when they look me in the eye, if they're for me or against me. I can just feel that. So in the room, it's full of people, and I just, you know, that's why I really don't go out too much. I go out sometimes because it's a lot of haters, and we've been seeing that.
Thank you. We've been
seeing that lately because we've been blessed to work at a high level.
Yeah.
And it's like Vegas, I never knew. I grew up in LA, and I knew it was competitive, but we didn't see a lot of haters.
Right.
But in Vegas, I don't know. It's like a lot of people, they're not too happy with us working.
No, or you can look at it as we're in front of a lot of audiences. Over 250 a year. So out of those 250, you start to disseminate the difference between certain audiences. You know, and we can tell that some, and we'll sum it up this way politically: some are more apprehensive, some are more open. The open ones are we just go off the chain. It's insane because there's a synergistic relationship happening. But the ones that are more apprehensive, that cuts to the core of
we're
what
in the
your
backstage. We're like I go on first, and I'm like, the audience is.
But however, it doesn't. It is. But however, it doesn't deter. It doesn't deter you from doing what you do. So then it becomes more of a challenge to draw them out.
Now we got it. But I would think that, you know, because this music is happy music. Even with Dionne songs, Dionne songs touch your heart, but they weren't like depressing songs. You know, so I can't see how anybody at the end of your show is not jumping up and down on the table.
We done drawn them in at the end.
We know. If nothing else works, we know. James Brown, Night Train's gonna get him.
Oh yeah, Night Train gonna get him up there.
By the time he gets up there, man, it's insane.
It's
usually
you're going what
I
you want
just picked out who ain't having a good time. So I'm gonna focus on that person. Okay, all right.
I want you.
What's going on here? Did you pay to get there? They let you in free or something? You enjoying it?
He's got a fast wit, so he will focus in on somebody,
and then they'll get happy. They'll get happy.
He can do a comedy show by himself.
So let's put it this way: if you're in the front row, that's the garden row. He's up there. So if you want to act.
And nobody,
he's gonna get you.
You want to act bougie in here?
Even still growing
you
up
need to go to another show or something. Maybe this show ain't for you.
No,
maybe, and I have to come. I haven't seen your show yet, but I'm gonna come see your show because I'm in love with you guys already. So I mean, I'm just like lined up. But I've always been amazed at this phenomenon in Las Vegas, how people go to live shows
See,
I don't
that's what I'm
understand
talking
that.
about.
It's like, really? And you paid your money?
Right.
Or you could have
But
stayed
see,
home on the couch.
That's literally part of his dialogue.
Right.
Yeah.
His
He
monologue.
feeds off of that.
Yeah.
Right.
He'll say, "Hey, you paid good money. Come in here. What are you gonna
Right.
do?"
And then I also
Except it sounds like that.
I also say welcome to your concert. Well, I stole a line
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Dionne.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But welcome to
It's a good
your
line.
concert. You know, where you came to have a great time and get up and dance and sing. So if you know the lyrics, sing them. If you feel good, do it. Get up and dance. You know, and it, one night I almost said, "Don't make me say a bad word. Get up. You know you want to dance."
It's like that
You know,
scene
you
in
did-
Four
you
Weddings
already
in
did.
Four Weddings in the funeral where everybody's going like, "The moment I wake up." And then by the time she gets into that song, they're like,
And I'll
ready.
do like that. Yeah, I'll do that. I went to Pahrump. I found that one of Dionne's favorite songs that brings people to tears is "What's It All About?"
Oh, yes.
I'll be. That's too high.
Yeah.
It's too
Is it
early.
just for the
What's
moment?
it
I don't
all
even know what I'll
about?
be is.
That song is so
I'll be. Is it just for the moment we live? What's it all about when we sort it out, Alfie?
Pretty cool.
Are we meant to take more
Say, girl.
than we give? Or are we meant to be kinder and that's enough. But yeah,
Oh, see, you drew us in. And I was watching
Yeah.
your facial expression. You were like, your mouth, your jaw was even like, it was very Dionne.
People say that. They say, "Look at her face. Look at her face."
Yes.
Just like Dionne's. It's
Right.
And you know what? I think people actually. You know what? I think when you come out, people actually think you're Dionne.
no, they do. I've had
Playing a
people
joke.
say, "No, you really her," and I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
Isn't that the highest
Is there
compliment?
any blood relation at all? But there's no blood relation at all.
Look, this show, you know, we have two concepts. We're gonna start with Jackie Wilson. We're gonna end with James Brown, and everything else in the middle is just gonna be, you know, just food for the soul. You know, but I knew that was gonna get it off to a great start, and I knew this was gonna close. If nothing else worked, I knew he was gonna kill it. You know, so and he kills it every night. I'm looking at him going like, you know, at first I was thinking like, yeah, I can probably do that, and then after a while,
be James.
no, I'm
I just
saying,
want to see you do the split.
I'm just saying.
He's in the split right now. He's been split the whole time.
I'm just saying. Let me just say. After a while, I started looking at this guy and said, "No, I can't do that."
Let's talk about the ladies who are so pretty much responsible for keeping you guys somewhat on track. If that could be said, you got Nanette and you've got also Helene, who's here today. So how do they keep this show going and make sure that you guys get what you need to do to perform?
Well, there are outside.
Helene's got this whip back there.
Is that it?
No, there are third eye. Because we can't see because he stays backstage a lot. He's kind of a hermit, but he don't come out too much. No, but we can't really see what we're doing a lot of times, and they let us know. Yeah, and they let us know the things that we miss. Like I don't see what's going on with the dancers, and he knows what's going on with the dancers. And I think
I'm sharp as a tack sometimes. My wife makes all my clothes, so she made these really nice satin pants for me with the gold thing. I'm thinking they're sharp as a tack. Wearing my gold jacket, Helene tells me it looks like you're wearing sweats on stage. So I cut those out of my repertoire.
Well, at least you didn't get the floating head. I can't wear black because I'm floating head.
Right. That's all right.
That's my baby. I love her because she will not let me go up there and look not good.
Yeah.
She wants me to be. I'm not gonna be tacky. Right. Take it off.
Well, that's the thing that I think a lot of people don't realize is that the performers are on stage. You guys are you're doing your thing, but you got producers, you got people backstage who are making sure that you have everything you need to just be able to go out there and feel free to perform.
Yeah. And they see things we don't see.
Right.
So we're on stage, but under those big old lights, they see everything. That's why a lot of times, like she'll have a helper film the show so we can see it.
Right.
Like when we do the four times, we move it constantly.
Right.
And he's always making up these steps. He's very brilliant with choreography. So we'll be backstage and he said, I got something different tonight. Let's do it. We'll rehearse it backstage. Like, okay, we're ready.
Okay.
Right now.
And we've been working together, dancing, us three, for over 10 years now.
Right.
And so we can make up stuff like that. We try to get guys to come in and just maybe substitute. Rikki, we get so mad. I never knew there was a bunch of non-dancers out here.
If any of you guys are watching, we're just kidding.
Yeah, they don't mean
I grew up in Los Angeles.
They don't mean
Sam.
Yes, no, Sam is great. I grew up in LA. Everybody can dance. Every other guy can dance.
Right.
Yeah.
And we be teaching people. And I tell you,
Running out of time?
how long does it take?
You can't take it nowhere.
People think that it's easy.
So
It's
what?
not easy.
Oh.
No, it's
No.
Okay, please. I've been special request.
What?
Please, please, please.
Hit it. Please, 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 go, please, 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 don't go. Lord, please, don't go. I love you so. Please, please, don't go. Break it down, break it down, break it down. Ooh, baby, please don't leave me. Darling, please don't go. Say I love you so.
Okay, then we got to do a Smokey hit.
We gotta get you
Smokey
good basic.
Just sing already. Oh, you sing
Concerto, baby, concerto.
Go ahead, do it.
What we doing? Oh, some more. Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
I just want to say. Too. I just want to say. Now it's time for professional show business. Here we go. Okay.
Oh yeah, that one.
Come on, Bernie Tom. Bernie.
Do the backgrounds. Go.
People say I'm the life of a party 'cause I tell a joke or two. Although I might be laughing loud and hearty, deep inside I'm blue. So take a good look at my face. You see my smile looks out of place. If you look closer, it's easy to trace the tracks of my tears.
James, you can't
Early in the morning. He's never around singing that. He's always getting dressed.
because he always doing something else.
Yeah, he doesn't
We're
sing
gonna
that
put him in the
song.
back when we sing it.
We need to calm.
Now, your show
You don't sing with us anyway.
your show's like an hour and a half, right?
1 hour and a half.
How do you
You
keep
stay
it
out of
up night after night after night? I mean, like, what's your day like?
Get that note in the back.
What for each one of you? Like, do you go to the
I love to get up and cut up garlic and honey and olive oil and dark chocolate and eat it every morning and get back in bed. I try to rest all day.
Exactly.
He's always laughing. He's always calling me at 2 o'clock. It's like, yeah, I know you about to take your nap, but talk your head off for about an hour. So every day I go through that. So after I get off the phone with him, I go to sleep. I get up and get dressed for the theater.
Right. And really quickly, because we only have 2 minutes left. What's your day like?
My day gets up, I practice.
Okay.
I get out and pray. Say, Lord, thank you for waking me up. I practice a little bit, get my body warmed up, make sure everything still can work. Hey, hey, I'm being realistic. When we get a certain age, you gotta figure, hey, okay, yeah. All right, I'm good. Tune them up. I get up and then I call him and say, okay, we because we're in the recording studio also. We still trying to get hit records. We still dreaming.
Hey, keep the dream alive.
Still dreaming, hey, we never know.
My day is
something happen.
Yeah, my day is trying to get up and get to school because I didn't tell you I go to massage therapy school. Here in Nevada School of Massage Therapy. One day I'm gonna be a massage therapist when I grow up.
And you can work on him.
I've been working though.
You've been working on my arm.
I've been working.
My shoulder.
on my jaw. Yeah. But yeah, so get past these quizzes and stuff. I'm supposed to graduate in October, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna end up because this job came through and I'm blessed. So I'm trying to do it all. Try to stay awake.
And your day?
I get up in the morning, 4 o'clock. I milk the chickens and pluck the cows, and I'm good. Slap the hogs. I get up in the morning around 8 o'clock or so, and I ride my bike and hang out. Then catch a nap. Call Grady.
I love the nap
Talk
part.
his ear off for
What
an
if
hour.
I'm gonna start taking the naps? How was your day?
Well, not being blessed with the natural talent of these young and this young lady. I have to practice all the time. Hours of vocalizing and then piano and then exercising. So it's usually at the end of that it's time to go to the show, and my days off I spend with my daughter and my lady friend and
But you know what I must say, I'm blessed to have the man in my life that I do because he is the one who encouraged me to go back to school, go back to work, get a car, and I've done all of those just like that.
Yeah, people don't realize that these entertainers,
they got
big. You guys got big lives away from the stage, and finding that balance so that you still love what you do, but
trying to have a real life during the day.
Right. It's like I had Murray Sawchuk on the other week, and he likes the landscape. He likes to just fix his own backyard. He can pay for somebody, but he says, what? It's like I'm on stage for so much of my life. Sometimes he just wants to sit back there with his dog. It's therapeutic.
Do something different.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad you guys joined us today and shared your lives. You will come back on, right?
Yeah, sure.
So you can have a repeat performance because I just want to hear you sing some more. I just want to sit here and feel your energy is like I feel like I should just go running down the street going.
That's why I thought she was going to break into something.
That's exactly how I feel. Solid Gold Soul at Ballys. They are only dark 2 days a week. Which days are they again? Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday and Wednesday, but you can see them. They are at the Magic Motown in the Windows showroom. I am going to see them, and you, as many of you guys know, for me to leave my couch and my Akitas and put my bra back on, that is a big compliment.
Wow.
So I'm going to do that.
We can
for
put our
you.
glasses.
We're going to hold you to it.
Thank you. Yes, we are.
I will make sure I put the bra back on.
James, better be prepared to dance because James is going to bring you up there.
Oh, I will.
Hey, Debonair, you gonna get her up on stage?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring you on stage, and you gonna do the splits.
But if I do the splits, you're gonna have to drag me off because I'll still be split.
Hey, look, believe it or not, we have to drag off people. I have to literally drag them off after I get them up there.
I'll be one of those.
They want to take over.
Thank you for joining us for this edition.
Thank you. Solid Gold Soul.
Ricky G's. Solid Gold Soul.
Ricky G's in the house.
Ricky Cheese.
Ricky Cheese.
Like the show, share it please on WWDBTV.com.
Ricky Cheese.
We'll see you back here next week.
Ricky Cheese.